What's good, y'all? It's Wanye from Epic CW, and we are here today for another RC car unboxing. And today we have one that is special. I've been looking for a car like this for a very long time. I have finally gotten my hands on one. I was able to figure out a website to buy it off of. And we're going to take a look at it today, give it a test run on a new track, and see how it runs. So today we're going to be unboxing the Serpent S411 ready to run 1/10 four-wheel drive touring car. Now, touring cars are a little bit different than the on-road cars. Touring cars typically run a little bit more expensive, and they're shaped a little bit differently. They are on the on-road variety of cars, but it's just a tad bit different. Now, this RC car, so we're gonna have to get some scissors or something here. So this RC car is actually a little bit special. There's a reason I was looking for an RC car of this specific type. Not a touring car, but just this type in general. It's because this car has a drive belt instead of a drive shaft. So I'll show you guys that in just 1 minute. First, we're gonna toss this. Sorry, Diane. Get rid of this styrofoam. We'll take, actually, the car will come out first. Let me spin this around here. And then, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Do need to get some scissors to cut the bottom here. There's nothing on me, so I'll just use these pliers. I think this is more of like a carpet basher, but we're gonna take a look. So we've got this car here. It looks a little bit plasticky. I do think that this is more for carpet racing, but we're gonna take it out and actually drive it on the ground, the cement. So just looking at the car body here, nothing too special. It's just a basic sports car type body. I think we've got some stickers in there in that bag that I threw earlier, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. I'll put those on. So taking off the body clips. I believe this is a car from 2018. Front ones are stuck a little bit. So here we go. This is what I was referring to here. So this car does not have a drive shaft. It has a drive belt. As you can see, I'm moving the tires, and it's got 2 gears, one up front, one in the back, and then another 2 gears in between the rear motor and the back motor for reverse. It's got 2, not gears, but bands that go across the car, and essentially that is what is in place of the drive shaft. You just have a belt that goes through. I'm not sure how difficult they are to replace, but they look like they are on there pretty tightly, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I've got a Wolf Pack battery here that we're going to be using for this car. This is a 2S LiPo. It's a shorty battery. It should fit in here. I mean, it's obviously going to have its problems, but I'll figure out something in order to get it in this car somehow so we can run it. But we take a look at some of the specifications on the box. It's got a Dragon RC brushless speedo motor. That's this right here. That's the Dragon RC. It's got a Dragon RC brushless sensorless motor. Oh, it's got a brushless speedo RC ESC, a brushless sensorless motor, rubber race tires and wheels. That's these right here. And I was actually going to comment on the rubber race tires because these feel like a little bit different of a compound than what I'm used to. Again, I think that's because it's meant for carpet, but it is what it is. And then we've got the hydraulic shocks, durable shock tower. Actually sits pretty high, or pretty low, I should say. So I might have to adjust those shocks. Dragon RC digital servo, and again, it can run 3S. So it does have a Dean's connector for the battery connection. So what you guys are going to need is a battery with this kind of end for it. So I've got one that's coming in the mail. It's a 3S. So we'll try that on a speed test in another video. We've got this one, the 2S LiPo with the Dean's connector already. So we're going to plug this in, take it outside on the track, and I will show you guys a little bit of that. Before that, I want to just go over the transmitter. Has Dragon RC on the front of it. Now, I've heard from comments that the electronics on this car weren't too great. I don't know if that means the motor. I don't know if that means the fan. I don't know if that means the ESC in general, but I'm going to try just to get that 3S LiPo battery and then not really use it as much, since I don't want to fry the electrics on this car, because I don't know how to swap electric components out as good as I do with the just physical components when you like break a drive arm or a drive shaft, or in this case a drive belt. So we have our transmitter. We've got some batteries that I'll throw in it. It looks like it has a battery detector, so it tells you how much battery you have for charge. We've got a throttle trim, steering trim, an on and off switch, throttle rate and steering rate. So that's good. We've also got a spoiler on the car already. Although what I think we're gonna do for this is I've got another spoiler that I want to put on this car from the Porsche, the Jägermeister RC car body paint video. So I want to put that spoiler on this one and give it a little bit more downforce. So I'll swap that out. I'll put some stickers on the car if they come in the package, and I will meet you guys outside on the new track for the testing of this vehicle. It's going to be kind of interesting because I'm not sure if I'm going to have a lot of charge with this battery here. But I mean, it's a LiPo battery. It's 600 milliamps. It'll have to work. I didn't know I had this much space, honestly. I was, again, told in the comments that the battery space wasn't too much, so I kind of opted not to get a battery. I just used the battery that I had at my house, but we'll take a look. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just take it out another day, and this video will go out a little bit later. But see you guys in a second. All right, we have the car all set up. The track is all drawn. It's in the shape of an eye with some cones set around. I'm gonna go around 10 laps. It's at the starting lap at the gate right there, and we'll see what the fastest time is. Go back to the garage and take a look. I didn't hear any damage, but I'll calculate the times and get back to y'all. So I took it out to this court just so I can really punch this car, and you can see it picking up all this pollen. Look at that. Look at all that inside there. It's all green, powdery. That's from this court. You'll see it leaves trails of pollen. Watch this. It's kicking up pollen smoke, pollen dust. Looks sick as fuck though. So all in all, I think the belt drive doesn't really matter. For the RC car, I mean, it performs just as good, if not a little bit smoother and quieter than the cars with the drive shaft. So I like this car. I mean, it's different. It's an on-road car, but it feels different. You're getting a different experience when you're driving it, and I like that. I like something different. All right, we're back in the garage here for the review. So this car, the Serpent S411, is a really good car. Actually, it was better than I thought it would be, performance-wise. Now, I did make a couple of modifications to the car since it was stock. You'll see here, if you flip up the car, twist it around a little bit. It's got a very high-profile spoiler. It's kind of more like a tuner car you'd see. So I changed that on this car because I felt that the car it didn't really have a big spoiler before, and I feel like with this spoiler it would help with the downforce of the car a little bit with the higher speeds. So that was my thought process with that, and it seems to work pretty well. It doesn't hinder the car at all or seem to affect the speed too much. I haven't driven it without it, but it seems like it's a pretty good wing. And then I also swapped out the tires. You'll see that my horrible glue job here, it's actually aero glue that I glued these tires on with, and I mean it works, but it's coming off a little bit from the tire. This is after one pack that was ran through it, so I would re-glue it and see, but honestly it held together for what I needed it for. 3S, I'd probably get an actual professional glued tire, throw that on this, and then you're good to go. But my thought process on the car is it might just be better than a drive shaft RC vehicle. And why I think that is because with the drive belts, it seems to accelerate a little bit faster, get up to speed, and you throw some foams on there, it definitely gets up to speed properly. We'll take a look at the lap times I have right here to the right of me. The test lap, which was the first lap, was 25 seconds long. The next lap was 20 seconds, lap 1. Lap 2 was 18 seconds, so that was a pretty fast lap there. Lap 3 was 20 seconds. Lap 4 was 17 seconds. Lap 5, which I thought was going to be was my fastest lap around the track, and that was 16 seconds around that little parking lot area. Lap 6, that was when I crashed, that was 37 seconds. Lap 7, we had 20 seconds. Lap 8 and lap 9 were 18 seconds each, and then lap 10 was a 19-second lap. I didn't have these foams on at the time, but I think I would like to go back there at some point, throw the 3S LiPo in there, or maybe not, just keep it on 2S, and see how this car performs, because these foams are really good. I want to get them actually glued properly, so I'll get like a better glue for that, because I don't think that the aero glue is doing too good of a job. But it also looks a little bit messy, but I mean it gets the job done. So yeah, it's pulling away a little bit, but that's okay. It's all right. So if you guys enjoyed the review of the Serpent S411, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Wanye on Epic CW, and I'm out. Peace.